Hey guys, so in lesson number 2, we're going to talk about lightning deals overview. I want to go over what Amazon expects from you guys as a seller. And I also want to tell you guys how you can get your lightning deals approved by Amazon when it's not yet approved. So let's just dive right into it. So before we go into that, let me tell you guys what a lightning deal is. In Amazon's own words, a lightning deals are flash sales where an item is featured for several hours on the Amazon deals page, one of the most visited pages on Amazon. So basically, by giving away some of your profit and some of your price, you're lowering the price of your product, Amazon will heavily promote your product on their deals page and will create a lot more traffic, as I said earlier, and a lot more sales. Now, let's go into the lightning deals help page just to show you guys a few things I want to go over. The first one would be how to make your products eligible for lightning deals. In Amazon's own prerequisites, they want you to have at least a 3-star seller rating on Amazon in order for you to be able to have lightning deals available. Now, I mean, that should be very easy to have because seller feedback is one of like the easiest things to erase whenever you get a negative one. Usually when people try to give you a negative seller feedback, they do it as giving you a product feedback, and Amazon does not like that. They would immediately delete those, and you can keep the good feedbacks and delete the negative ones. So there should not be a problem for you to have a 3-star rating as a seller on Amazon. So next, they want you to have a Prime eligible in all regions. They want you to be that. Well, if you guys are watching this, you're most likely trying to do Amazon FBA. Once you have Amazon FBA, there should be no problem with this. You guys should not worry about this. Next one is they want you to have a sell products in new condition. I mean, if you guys are not selling in new condition, you're not doing private labeling, then I mean, obviously this is not something you should worry about. If you're watching this video, you're okay. Let me show you guys what products are eligible for lightning deals according to Amazon rules. Now let's skip over this right here. Let's go down here. We'll come back to this in a little bit. They want you to have a good quality product. Not only do they want you to have a 3-star rating as a seller, but they also want you to have a 3-star rating at least on your product. Now, I should not be telling you guys how important this is to have a good star rating on your product, and how to increase your star rating. It's actually beyond the scope of this training, but basically, whenever you have ratings in Amazon, whenever you pass like the 10 rating mark or the 100 rating mark, you will see a boost in your sales right away. So for you to get those, it's very, very, very necessary. Now the same thing goes with stars. If you have a 5-star rating product or a 2.5-star rating product, the difference between sales will be noticeable. I always try to have at least a 4.3 stars, because that will get rounded up to 4.5 and it'll show on your Amazon listing as a 4.5 rating. Obviously, if you could do 5 stars, that'll be way better. Now, if you're just starting, this may be hard, as if someone leaves you a 1-star rating, this could really, really affect your rating. But at the same time, if you can get a few 5-star ratings, it will help you out a lot if you're just starting. And if you have a product with thousands of reviews, obviously it gets a lot harder to manipulate how you can get, higher stars or lower star ratings. So yeah, you guys definitely need to have a higher rating product. 3 stars should not be a problem, but just in case, you guys should definitely pay attention to that. Make sure you guys keep your product, looking good. Now, the next thing they talk about, product variation. You don't need to worry much about this. What they say is, like, if you have a product with different variations, for example, you have a product with like 5 different colors or something like that, and you list them as a parent and child product, then they want you, if you run a deal to your products, they want you to run a deal to all the products, to the parent and the child variations. Now, if you have a parent variation that sells a lot more than a child, and you want to run a lightning deal just for the parent, what you could do is you could create a deal, have the child variation in the deal, and just lower the quantity to the minimum required that they have for the deal. They won't charge you any extra, and it's actually, you'll get a few more sales on that product as well. So I don't see why you guys should not do this. The next one they talk about here is, the next one I want to show you guys is fulfillment method. It's the same thing as before. They want it to be FBA available, which not only means that you're going to send the product into Amazon, you could also do seller fulfill Prime But you guys, I mean, if you're trying to automate your business, if you're trying to, you know, work as less as possible, you know, if you want to have a business that works for you and not you working for it by going to the post office and dropping packages off, then I don't see why you wouldn't just send in your products to Amazon warehouses and have them fulfill it for you. So this should not be a problem as well. You guys should all be doing FBA and you guys should be killing it that way. And then the last one I want to show you here is the condition. Obviously, this is the same as before. They want your product to be listed as a new condition. If you're doing private labeling, this should not be a problem. All your products should be new condition. So let's go back to what they're saying over here. Now, this is very important. Amazon says eligible products are automatically displayed in the eligible ASIN section of the Lightning Deals dashboard when they meet the following criteria. Basically, what Amazon is saying is they tell you when your product is eligible for Lightning Deals. If your product is not listed there, then you cannot run a Lightning Deal. But you know what? Sometimes you have a product that meets all the criterias and the product is still not listed in the eligible products section. And there's actually a way to get around that. And this works like 3 out of 4 times. You guys need to like do this if you guys meet this criteria and your product is not there. And the thing you have to do is you have to call this number, 866-216-1072. This is one of Amazon's help numbers. As soon as you call them, you get in contact with them, you tell them your situation. You have to be very, very hyped up about this. You have to let them know that you've been working with Amazon for a while. Before you started selling, maybe you just started selling now, you could say like you've been buying from Amazon for a long time and you love Lightning Deals, you love Prime, and you've always been involved in Amazon. You have to be very enthusiastic about it. You have to be very appealing to them and let them know that, you know, hey, I meet this criteria. I'm already like, my product has a high star rating. It's a new product that all the variations are getting listed. Like this is, you know, I have seller feedback, over 3 stars. Like I'm ready. I have this and I want to have it and I want to have it there. Yet it's not letting me do it. If you do that, I've realized like 3 out of 4 times, they will help you out. They'll connect you to another department. They might move you a few times to different departments. Just make sure you get someone on the phone who tells you that they'll accelerate your case and they'll make it happen for you. And eventually you will see that your product, like once you call, like 1 day to like a week after, your product gets, it shows up available in the section. Now again, this only works like 3 out of 4 times, but if this is your case and you meet this criteria, you should go ahead and do that. So let's go back to the help page and let's go into create a Lightning Deal and just show you what Amazon asks from you guys when you create a Lightning Deal. Let's talk about deal quantity. Amazon says that you have to make sure that you have the proposed quantity at least 7 days before the scheduled date. That's very important. If you're going to run a deal with 1,000 units, you need to make sure that at least a week before your deal runs, you have 1,000 units in stock. If not, you're going to run the risk that Amazon will cancel your deal and then you won't be able to run it. Deal price. The maximum deal price is suggested when creating a Lightning Deal takes into consideration the lowest price from a seller offering the product in new condition. Now, this sucks, but this is the way Amazon works. Basically, if you have a product, Amazon takes into account the last month of sales that you had for that product and the lowest price possible that you've had for the whole month. They will do a Lightning Deal 15% off of that price. Now, the reason why that sucks is if you have a hijacker on your listing, that's someone who's selling on your listing under your name, even though they're not selling your product, they're just trying to leech off of your success. And let's say you're selling a product for $19.99 and they go in and they try to sell it for $14.99 just so that they can have some sales off of your product, even though they're selling a different product. You need to get rid of them as soon as possible. You need to get them out of there. You need to buy their product and send it into Amazon and tell them, hey, you know, this guy's counterfeiting the product. They need to get banned. They need to get their account closed down as soon as possible. Because if anyone buys the product from him for $14.99, your lightning deal would be based off of that $14.99 price and not your $19.99 price. So it might be priced so low that you can't even run a deal because it won't be profitable. And Amazon doesn't have anything to be able to combat against this, to fight this. They don't have anything in place. So you just have to always be on top of your products, on top of your sales. Make sure you're the only seller for your product. And if you ever have anyone there, get them off as soon as possible. So the deal title, this is actually something that is created off of the title of your listing. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. The only way to alter it would be to change your listing title. And it shows you before you create the deal what it looks like. If you don't like the way it looks, then you could alter the title beforehand. That's the only way to change this. And I mean, I've done this in the past, but it's not really that necessary. I mean, if you like your title, you're gonna like the way they put it in the deal. The deal schedule. Lightning deals can run up 4 to 12 hours. In the United States, it's only 6 hours. This can change per marketplace. You can select the week for your deal to run. However, you will not be able to select the date or time. If approved, you can see the scheduled deal, date and time in the Lightning Deals dashboard 1 week before the deal is scheduled to run. So pretty much what it's telling you is that Amazon will choose for you when they want to run your deal. There is a way to get around that, but we'll get there. I'll show you in a future video. And then the deal frequency. This is telling you that we strive to offer customers new deals every day. In order to achieve this, Lightning Deals cannot run on the same ASIN within a 7-day period. Back in the day, this is like a year ago maybe, there was a trick to be able to run like multiple Lightning Deals on 1 week. So you can have one product killing it multiple days in a week, and it was very profitable. But Amazon caught on to this, and what they do is if you run a Lightning Deal on a single day from a Monday through a Sunday, on that same day period, you cannot run another deal. They make sure of that, and if you somehow manage to schedule 2 deals in 1 week, they will cancel one. So, and then let's get to the fee. Okay, the fee. It says that you have to make sure you review the application fee before you submit the deal. For more information, see. Well, the fee is usually $150 to run these deals. It's not cheap, but this can actually vary depending on the time of the year, the event that's going on. I've paid as much as $750 to run one of these deals, and it was definitely worth it. But point is, you need to make sure you look at the fee, you need to accept it, and you need to make sure it's something that you're comfortable paying. So then let's go into troubleshooting suppressed and active listings. This will be the last section I want to cover with you guys. Whenever Amazon suppresses a listing, they will put it in the need action section. I'll show you guys later what the dashboard looks like so you guys can get familiar with it. According to Amazon, there's 2 main reasons why they might suppress your listing. And you have up to 25 hours before your scheduled start time to fix this. Because if you don't, they'll cancel your deal. So you have to make sure you keep checking whenever you can. Just keep checking back and forth. Just make sure there's no problems with your deals, and at least 25 hours before, make sure everything's ready and active and just ready to go. According to Amazon, the biggest errors that they have, or the 2 errors that they have, is the deal price error, which is when the deal price is higher than the maximum deal price. You're not allowed to create a deal with a higher price than the maximum deal price. I'll show you guys later what that looks like, but you're not allowed to do that. But sometimes Amazon, I'm not even sure why, they decide to drop the maximum deal price out of nowhere. So you may have a deal that's going for $15 or $14.99, let's say, and is active and ready to go, and out of nowhere they'll say, oh yeah, the maximum deal price that you have is $14.59, so they'll suppress your deal. And if you don't keep checking, if you don't notice this, they'll cancel your deal. Now maybe $14.49 might be too low of a price for you, and you might have to cancel the deal anyways, but just make sure you keep checking and make sure you can fix this before the 25 hours. The other one would be quantity for deal error. What they say about this is that if your quantity for a deal is lower than the minimum quantity, again, they'll suppress your deal. And again, you cannot create a deal with a lower minimum quantity than what they suggest, but sometimes they might raise that depending on your sales velocity, and you have to keep checking. Now, over here, I noticed that there's one more thing that they did not mention, and I'll talk to you guys about that myself. And that is, whenever you're creating a deal, don't worry about anything over here except for the quantity for the deal. As you can see, this is the minimum quantity that they require, which is 43. Now, if by some reason you had your deal quantity at 1,000 units, let's say you wanted to sell 1,000 units in this deal, and your stock, let's say, was like 1,050, and then a week before your deal went live, you sell 100 units, so now you only have 950 units, yet your deal is scheduled for 1,000 units, Amazon will suppress your deal. And if you don't fix that quickly, they will cancel your deal. So you also got to keep in check your stock. You got to make sure that you have enough stock available for the deal, and you got to make sure you can make it happen. So for this lessons, I want to give you guys homework again, and I know I hate the fact that this is actually reading homework, but I want you guys to read more about lightning deals. I want you guys to get familiar with everything Amazon has to say about them. I'll put the link down below so you guys can click on it and check it out yourself. Log into your Seller Central and just go through the PDF of lightning deals. And I'll see you in the next video.